Art supplies are an artist's best friend. Even if it's a regular pencil, whatever gets the job done is satisfying enough. Anyways, most artists are familiar with these basic instruments: graphite pencils, acrylics, kneaded erasers, and watercolors. Let's start off with graphite pencils. The funny thing is, graphite is made out of just carbon, and yeah, it's very much similar to diamonds, the only difference being their molecule structure. When people make these pencils, they separate them by hardness, organized by numbers and letters. Some examples are 9H, 8H, 7H, and a whole bunch more. Graphite is not transparent, but rather opaque. The melting point of graphite is actually around 3,820 K, or 3,550 degrees Celsius. Graphite is also known to be greasy and slippery. It's compounded with other lubricants. The electrons within this material are also semi-loose, in which they bond to layers of carbon atoms. This diamond copy can be found in many pencils, not just special artist pencils. Graphite was discovered in 1564 in Borrowdale, England. The commoners had nicknamed it black lead or plumbago. This mineral became part of the first wood-covered pencils. Later on, in 1795, a chemist had combined graphite with clay in a water type of mixture. This had been the start of a new industry for pencil making. Of course, this should not be eaten, but it is minimally toxic compared to many lead pencils. Next up, we have acrylics. Acrylics are a type of paint that you'll see many artists use. They are made up of synthetic resins and fibers basing itself on methacrylic acid. They're also mostly made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The acrylic acids were polymerized and became an essential base for acrylic paints, while the methacrylics became plastic or polymethyl methacrylate. Ugh, big word. Polyacrylonitrile, I don't know how to pronounce that, became the base of most acrylic and monocrylic fibers. Like most paints, acrylics are a combination of these four constituents: pigments, vehicles, carriers, and paint. Pigments are like the dye that give color. Vehicles are the combination of synthetic resins that provide strength to the paint. The carrier is like water. It allows the paint to flow freely by thinning their resins. A German chemist by the name of Otto Röhm had done research on the acrylic polymer substance. By 1950, Arlan became the first successful acrylic fiber, as it was commercially introduced by a company known as DuPont Company. Yeah, that's the name, DuPont. The formula for acrylics, or the acrylic pigment itself, is carbon 4, hydrogen 6, and oxygen 2. I forgot to mention that Orlan did not exactly make acrylic paint, but rather acrylic fibers or fabric. Yeah. Watercolors are very fun, especially when you're first trying it out. Just like every other paint, watercolors contain pigment, as well as a binder. The binder is like a carrier, a medium that allows the pigment to flow through. Watercolor paints also contain granulation, the allowance of pigment particles to enter hollows of the paper, flocculation, the allowance of pigments to combine or clump together, and finally surfactant, the allowance of water to soak into the paper. These make up the basics of watercolor, and just like every other paint/pigment, watercolors are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The formula is C4H6O2. There's not much to say about this next one, but kneaded erasers are mainly used for erasing graphite and charcoal. They work efficiently and pick up the graphite pretty well. Before erasers, artists used to use the pieces of white bread to pick up the graphite. Strange. Regular erasers don't pick up as much as lead or graphite compared to other sophisticated erasers such as the kneaded eraser, art gum erasers, soft vinyl erasers, etc. The constituents of these erasers are synthetic rubbers, vulcanized vegetable and mineral oil, antioxidants, pumice, and yeah, but most rubber erasers are actually made of polyisoprene, which is a very rubbery substance that you'll find in most erasers, even on the one on the very tip of your pencil that you use to erase. Now, they don't work very efficiently considering they're rubber, but they get the job done.